Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm ready with your daily energy update. We're gonna do the classic Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine and the connection, and I will see what kind of questions I'm going to ask with some additional cards after that, between the twins of course. I'm gonna start with an oracle card today. I chose the Enchanted Map, so let's see what's happening with Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, card of advice. Please remember this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you very much for those who are supporting my channel. Okay, so the card for Divine Feminine is Wizard of Awareness. I love this, love this, love this. And we're talking this week about all these planets going direct and kind of like change of perspective, extra clarity, right, of how to move forward. Yeah, I like this ball of light at the end of the wand. To me it speaks. Actually, I'm guided to do a quick read of the card. Let's do that. Your soul knows best. Be still and observe. Mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. This applies to the environment within you too. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new, powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. You have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire. Where in the world is a loose garment requires you to adopt a sense that nothing that happens to you is personal. People come and go, experiences evolve from one state to another in a continual shifting and change, no matter how much you want things to stay the same. The Wizard of Awareness asks you to give up your need to define and limit what you're experiencing now. It's all good. Let it be and watch the miracle unfold without any direct influence from you. Okay, let's see what we get for Divine Masculine. Balancing Act. Number 11, that's a master number of creative idea. Yeah, so you see there is certain synchronicity. This is the, we saw the Wizard of Awareness, right? This is a creative idea here, number 11. But also the balancing act of kind of like trying not to, what I'm getting here is trying not to get absorbed by any one aspect of life. Right? Like not to dive too deep into either a relationship or a job or some activity, you know, some hobby, whatever it is. The balancing act is here used in a positive term in terms of, I'm gonna switch to main reading while I'm talking. So it's about keeping it kind of real and being on top of different things so that you don't dive too deep into a certain area, because it will not allow your clear judgment even about that area. So for instance, if you're over focused on your job right now, you will lose that clarity of vision, right? We saw that Wizard of Awareness, you will lose that awareness of what's really going on. Okay, let's see what the energies are for the DMs and the connection. Okay, it's funny, the cards are jumping out and jumping back into my deck. There we go, thank you. Right, like that, like that. Some major arcanas for Divine Masculine and the connection. Of course, if this resonates for you and you'd like a personal reading or a twin flame coaching session, do not hesitate to contact me via my email address. Okay. Thank you. All right, bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles. Whew. Yeah, getting into that mood of being enough and being wholesome as we are for each of the twins. It's a journey, it's a challenge, it's a task to focus on what do I have, who and what is around me, and how happy and wholesome do I feel in this moment with what I have and who I have around me, what I'm doing, you know, all of it really. For Divine Feminines, we've got Stillness, which is Four of Swords, the King of Cups, which I think is a repeated pattern now, and Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so definitely there is a moment of this observation rather than action. It's more of a feminine energy today, right? With the Wizard of Awareness, I'm getting even more of that vibe. And even King of Cups, he's a king, but King of Cups is not about action really. It's about just enjoying himself and what's going on, right? It's about perceiving the reality. It's the king, but he's got some feminine energy qualities, right? So, and especially because this is the Divine Feminine we're talking about, right? It's even more so to kind of like, again, being aware, right, of what you've learned, of who is around you, and that the give and take is balanced between you and other people. It's super important at this time. You may feel exhausted because it's not like that. We have this card in reverse, right? So I'm getting here is that there are certain areas that where you've been given a lot more than what you get back, either emotionally or with time, with energy, any kind of resource that's available, that's appropriate in that situation. So it's basically, it's not fair. And either someone is taking advantage of you, or it's your choice to kind of give into something out of obligation, feeling of guilt, or whatever else, right? But it's not healthy. And the King of Cups here is kind of like helping you reconsider, how do you share your cup of love with others or with other activities in your life? Observe, become aware. Divine Masculines have got the Fool, the Universe or the World, and Science, which is Six of Swords. Yeah, so for them, definitely some, the time of chaos and confusion is coming to an end. Certain clarity, and I love the Fool card here with all this sunny energy, like him looking directly at the sun. To me, it's a lot about healing and also enlightenment, especially if you compare with this card. And see, there is also a big moon here, moonlight, that's kind of lighting up the way. And Six of Swords is about going to calmer waters anyway. So to me, we just had the full moon like yesterday, right? Or even this morning. No, it was this morning. No, it was yesterday. It was yesterday, yeah. So, you know, maybe the full moon energy brought in some more clarity, or kind of help resurface certain issues or lack of vision. But definitely some shifts have happened. And Divine Masculines are more in this full energy now, to kind of, they feel more energized and healed, I'm getting here. They're ready for something new. It doesn't mean necessarily that they're ready for union, mind that, but they're definitely ready for starting something new in their life, or changing their approach on things, right? Looking at the world with new eyes. Okay, and for the connection energy, we have the Victory card, which is Six of Wands. We have Four of Cups, and we have Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so there is a bit of there is this victory, right? So there is a certain success or accomplishment that either happened in your life recently or is about to happen. But don't be surprised if that victory doesn't sound like, it doesn't feel like a victory to you. Not really. And if you feel that way, you're right. Because deep down, you know that something is not sincere there, something is not honest. Even maybe, like by the time you know, sometimes it happens, by the time you reach a certain goal, your perspective of what you want, you know, what's the next level, what's the success, changed. And you're kind of like, everybody's telling you, but you know, this sounds great. You see all these people around him. This is great. You know, you won the battle, or you got that kingdom, or whatever. You got this much money. That's what you wanted, right? It's time to celebrate. And oftentimes under the pressures of society, of people around us, we cave and we kind of like, oh yeah, it must be, yeah, I must just go with it, right? Of course it's what I wanted. But trust your intuition. If it doesn't feel right, then your opportunity is still to come for your success, for your happiness. That's a time to acknowledge that maybe this isn't even remotely near to where your happiness is. And then think what is. Then start being honest. Turn this queen around. Start being honest with yourself about that. Okay, what other questions are going to take a look at? Let's see. Yeah, let's get what's the advice, what are the next steps for divine masculine in their journey. Let's do that. Okay, we got Ace of Pentacles and King of Cups. Sounds familiar. Yeah, definitely this is another card, another reminder of having a new start. But it's important to stay in a balanced emotional state so that this idea, this creative idea, can actually be implemented successfully, right? So that's key, to be emotionally balanced and get started on this new project, you know, new activity, whatever you have in mind. It could be a business venture, easily. It could, of course, be moving to a new place. You know, it could be even starting a creative project, right? A new hobby, why not? But it's definitely even a new routine, a fitness routine, yeah, for some of you, for some of the divine masculines. But definitely it's important that this comes from the heart space, this demand, the request, and not from ego. For divine feminines, what is the next step on the journey to get closer to union? Let's specify that way. Next step that will get us closer to union. Oops. I hope you saw that. That was funny. 7 of Wands and Page of Wands. Love this card, especially in this deck. I love that the 7 of Wands is a lot more positive in this card. She's in that safety bubble. It's in her own space. It's like in her own reality. It's nice. It's sweet. It's airy. It's light, right? And nobody's bothering her there. So the next step is have a good kind of deep connection with the higher self, and that will help you understand what learning needs to come in next. What learning about the twin flame journey. You're missing some knowledge at the moment to move forward. So Spirit is telling you that it's important to take a breather, take a moment, understand at least what the question is, right? That's half of the deal. And then you will know where to go for answers. Okay, I've got my Keepers of the Light deck, so I'm also gonna pull a card for each of the twins with advice for divine feminines. Sturdiness, life force. Express your drive and passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Again, it's about sensual, right? It's about the feminine energy. And for masculines, even life force and even this kind of image, it gives me like, you know, it gives me an image and an idea of abundance, and also blooming heart chakra. For not again, for divine masculines, you've got audience, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Okay, and last but not least, let's get a message from each of the twins to each other. From divine masculines to divine feminines. What are they feeling for the connection? What would they like to let feminines know? All right. Anything else? Okay, we got one card. It's 9 of Wands. So, and again, this card is a little bit different from the traditional Nine of Wands. So what I'm getting is that they are fighting their fear right now to step forward and to admit their feelings for you. For some of you, they've admitted the feelings to take action because it's the next step where they're still paralyzed because based on what happened between you or their current situation in 3D, it's not easy to know what the next appropriate action is. But they are working on that. They're fighting their fears to come forward. And you see this fire that she's got at the end of the wand. So that fire, that twin flame fire, is driving them to go for it, to leave their fears behind. And from feminines to masculines, okay, I've got more cards here. All right, wow, it's a bit more intense, but look at that. Got like very contrasting energies. I saw the Three of Swords and the Ten of Wands first, and then I got the Empress and the Four of Wands. Wow. So feminines are doing major, so they're telling masculines they are working on healing their heart wounds from all the times that they've been let down, abused or hurt in some way in their life, especially for those people who they trusted. They are working on trust issues as well, trying to drop the burdens and not to overthink it. They want to be in this Empress energy for you so that when the time is right, both of you can enjoy this experience fully, this beautiful union of yours. So they understand that union is going to be possible in divine timing, and the best they can do is work on their own happiness and you know, their goals, their mission, and bettering themselves so that they can be an equal and deserving partner to you when the time is right. Okay, I hope this has been useful.